Up here in the north, this is the land of Vikings, and with the Yowler horn bellowing throughout U.S. Bank Stadium, a Nordic nation of 70,000 strong rises up with a cry of Skål to usher two teams into battle. The veneer of a new season is gone. Yes, we used veneer in a football game. We're in the middle of the schedule now. It's away here in Week 7. This makes it up to the 25. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Throw left side, brought in by Hawkinson. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover it.
2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And the Steelers go in nickel, 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Caught by his running back, Judkins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Vikings, 1st down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On play action now, McCarthy. Finds a man right side. And this one does not go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target, thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. He's not far from that 1st down marker, is he, partner? Up to the 47. 3rd down coming up.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd down run from Judkins. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Give him 3 on that game. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Well, he had to power through 1 tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
To the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. knocks it free. Incomplete. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is
to win it. He'll make a fit for it on the ground. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. And that one falls incomplete. Oh, would have been a great catch. Still was a great effort. That brings up second down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Let's go. Viking 18. Go.
McCarthy trying again on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on third down.
Kid, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Now McCarthy has his man. It stops. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Third and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On the give, here's Judkins. We'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Another give to Judkins. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Vikings first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
It is cut left side. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. Shotgun handoff here for Judkins. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Only a yard on that pickup, and it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 9.
This may be one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal. McCarthy looking to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings finish up an excellent series. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And leading them out as a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And this one doesn't go far.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Penix here from the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the shotgun, Penix completes beyond the marker. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Steelers' 1st down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
All in left side. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Penix is going to throw again. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. Big man showing up the yards. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
The Steelers finish off their opening drive. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers start off well to tie things 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. And the number of times he's been targeted has led to some serious results. He's currently top 5 in the NFL in receptions. First call here coming from the shotgun. Off play action. It's McCarthy. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And that'll bring up second down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Second and 10, McCarthy. Short pass brought in. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
McCarthy throwing on third down. Finds him over the middle. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he gets him a nice choke on that return on the final play of our first quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll have it here after forcing that punt to end the first. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he has him right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
First down, and they go right back to it. Jukes one defender, and they do get him down, but the damage is done. This kid's down inside the 35-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
This offense is sending a message, winning the battle up front on consecutive snaps. There's got to be some urgency here defensively. You just can't keep getting walked backward this easily.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly when he's able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes second and 2. Nothing gained on second down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Penix working from the gun. Finds his man over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Steelers first down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
On first down, here's Penix. The throw is caught. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a second quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Setting up to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Again for the first time to Rashad White. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the 24. And the Steelers get home. They drop him. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends them backwards ahead of 3rd down.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
3rd and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Bryce Baringer on now to punt. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Steelers and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And this is the type of play they need out of him into the later months. He's currently leading the league in passing touchdowns. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On first down, here's Penix. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around. They know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in, 2nd and inches. It's Benson on the give. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Let's go.
Play action. Here's Penix. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. Drop roll 80.
Benson on 1st and 10. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Back to 60. Back to 60.
To the air with Penix. His lofty little throw is going to wind up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Cut 19. Go. Warriors 70. Go.
3rd down, it's Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and long. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Quick. Let's go back. Switch.
Drive starts with an option, right side. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
From the gun, Judkins. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Derek Harmon, the former Oregon Duck, making that stop.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Play action, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He puts some air under it deep down the left. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
Escapes the pocket. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings make it a one-score game before halftime. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings cut it to a field goal game.
17. Vikings 14.
Volley set up and it's away. Just a three-point game now. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Penix now to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. He's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. They gain 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
14. First down, Steelers.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Bro, coming slow, 6 racks on a sweater. Think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust this. Spit 60 racks on a camouflage bills.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing now on first down. Penix hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. Second down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 1. Here's a screen to Benson. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
19 Tiger, not punch.
It's Penix yet again. Throw left side, complete. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real. 0 to 100.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Set. Purple 80. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Again, Penix to the air. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A gain of 12. First down, Pittsburgh.
And they're trying something here. They fake the spike. And that one falls incomplete. An unexpected call, but it does not get the better of them defensively.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ball Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10. Now an inside give to Benson. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. Now with 2 seconds left, we get the expected timeout from this offense. They're in great shape to get 3 here entering the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's a 36-yard look for it. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away. Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly today. We're skipping right through to the start of the 3rd quarter. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Steelers and Trey Benson back out on offense. And midway through the season, you can see he's pacing the NFL running backs and receiving touchdowns. A real versatile player for them on offense. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Have him gain up about a handful there. Tackle made by Cole Bishop.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. The give now to Benson. Takes out a 1-stop. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Given 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
What a great sign to start the 2nd half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Penix off the play action. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's got it all the way down to the 12.
I love everything about that play, Kate, so much for a quarterback. When you're throwing that crossing route, it's imperative that you lead that receiver. You don't throw where he's at, you throw where he's going. And when you do, yards after catch follow.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. They give up the gut to Benson. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Two-point try coming. Penix and his offense getting set.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it! And the two-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work.
You know, no sense in piling on. Pretty clear for everybody to see. He knows he should have had that one. Just didn't watch it in the whole way. And it leaves 2 points on the table.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Has this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Vikings taking the field on offense. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Shudkins to begin the drive. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
McCarthy throwing here. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
That one's cut along the left sideline. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
After the sack could really use a big play here on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 15.
Here we go, Shaq. Go.
Trying again, following the set. Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings start the 2nd half with some needed points.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. The route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steelers to Trey Benson back out on offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
70 Lions.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. Complete out to the right. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, Well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
Here's a give to Benson. Still finding room past the 45. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop it, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you can feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
Firing quickly is Penix, complete. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. We have to take a timeout, though. There's an injured player, and it looks like Kyle Pitts is the one the training is headed out for. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. The play clock down to just 2 seconds, but we get a timeout call. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Penix looking to pass. Finds Benson out of the backfield. And they get this down to the 28. Big gain, 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
And the Steelers first down.
The career's more at stake when you win your prime.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Now a run with Benson. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand if thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he puts some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Penix working from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Penix on 3rd down. Throwing the out route complete. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This is from 35 out on the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Return coming from the 6. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vikings now set to take the field. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Judkins headed right. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Pressure's there, and the steal closes on him. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. It is caught left side. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Benson now from the gun. Blast through midfield. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, here's Penix. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll run with Benson. Room to run inside the 20. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Benson once more. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Play fake. Penix. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
3rd down, it's Penix. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers lead by 15 now.
36, Vikings 21.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense back to the field now. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's keeping it. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's going to get the Vikings the 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
That's to his back. Here's Rashad White. And he's going to be hit and sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're the premium in this league.
And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Slot receiver headed left. McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. He's got White, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall. down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. That throw behind his intended target.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. Kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Ready? 19.
Now it's McCarthy. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings getting back to within one score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steelers and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Check. Here we go. Back to 60. Back to 60. Ready?
And off to Benson to start the drive. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. But it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Let's go. March. 19 Lions.
Penix here from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
9 yards to go.
To the air with Penix. Throw left side, complete. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Trying for it with Penix. That one complete to Pitts. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. New set of downs for him at the 38. Hand off to Benson from the gun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Now come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Staying on the ground with Benson. Past midfield to the 45. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Roll, here we go, here we go. Straight, cowboy
Plowing up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. You're going play fake with Penix. Throw came out wide as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
It's been an 8-play drive, and on play number 9 now, 9 is what they need on 3rd down. He's back to throw. Here's a screen to Benson. He's still going at the 30. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Come on, set! Saturday Lion!
Handoff headed left to Benson. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock. A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Penix to throw. This throw is caught. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Looking to tack on the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Steelers lead by 15 now.
43, Vikings 28.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be at sky high right now.
Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. They put a receiver in motion right.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
First and 10. It's McCarthy. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of him.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
A 2-yard pickup makes it third.
Here he is on third and long. He sends this one to the end zone. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Vikings can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Now this could be the game right here. Down a score they need to get this ball back. And this is recovered by the Steeler hands team. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
Run here with Benson. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Steelers up by 8.
Let's go now.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. And they'll kneel this down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Well, Brock, I think we're both thinking another kneel likely coming here on third down. They're looking to throw. Finds Benson out of the backfield. And they have this one well contained. There's the stop for a loss now. Fourth down coming up.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Steelers come in and take this on the road. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the memorial torch honoring legendary owner Al Davis has just been lit, and we are set for football at Allegiant Stadium. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. These guys have established themselves as one of the best teams in the league, no doubt. 7-0 to start the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by a former first-round selection back in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 48 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. You look at the Steeler defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the #1 overall offense in the league.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started.
Andres Borregales on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And leading the charge, their lefty QB.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Pushes past him. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers for Benson in last week's ball game. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
To the air, Bennett. Over the middle, complete. That's Benson. Into the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. They run over center with Benson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Another run here with Benson. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation. Take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Now a first carry here for their running back. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. And looking to throw, Penix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st down, it's Benson. And they get to him quickly here as he's... Right around the 13. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Penix working out of the gun here. Finding Kyle Pitts running the slant. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. Here comes third and the length of the football. They'll try to run for it with Benson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Trey Benson with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
But you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Dart. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. You look at this Steeler defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
That's caught. Jack Besh with it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
To throw his Dart. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On first down, it's Genty. He gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Throwing, dart. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Throwing his dart. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Firing in that time, it was Nick Herbig. Credit him with a sack. On now is Andres Borregales to try the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and running back Trey Benson headed back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A give up the middle with Benson. Able to push his way through. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as good running gets him to about the 44. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
On first down, right back to Benson. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second down and a yard. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up first and goal.
Well, partner, I haven't seen a vote for most popular player on the team. This guy's got to get a lot of votes. He does not care, does he? Totally unselfish, physical runner, doesn't worry about yardage, just keeps moving the chains, being a team player.
Looking to throw, Penix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are able to add on to that lead. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Oh, what a move. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Steelers defense getting ready here for this next possession. A field goal last time is what they gave up in a close game. All these drives start to feel so critical.
And they are. And, you know, we've met so many defensive coordinators who just really hate the bend but don't break mentality. They're much more of the aggressive school. But that mentality has won a lot of games. If you're only giving up field goals on drives, that usually keeps you in it and gives your offense a chance to retaliate.
Yeah, right now it's got him with the lead. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Second and 14. To throw now, Dart. Buying time to his left.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Dart. Noah Bartle, that fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it. Knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Here's Dart. Short throw caught by Bowers. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
But we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A play fake. Now Penix escaping the pressure right. Nice look to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
A give. Here comes Benson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And the ball is knocked down, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44. Those are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed, right? But the problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
At the 47-yard line.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll drop this underneath for Genty. Just a gain of a yard, and what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hanson with our EA Sports halftime report.
Our look around the NFL starts now. Everbank State.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
At the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. They'll throw with Penix. Now they go screen. It's complete. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18 Medicine.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
First down, Steelers.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Check. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Unlock fire. Unlock. Alert. Alert. Check out.
On the give, it's Benson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Dragon 60. 60. 70 range. 70 range.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. A chance for us again to look at this Pittsburgh defense. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, here's Dart. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Good for Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, it's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Play fake, and here's Dart. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Derek Harmon gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A run out of the gun with Genty. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Right back to Genty on 1st down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jackson Dart, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
They'll try and throw for it. And pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's got him in, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 67 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raiders offense ready to go. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake, and now it's Dart. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
From the 29, here's a 2nd and 5. Now Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action. And going the books is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
It was just called, as we just saw right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Hall. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. This offense so far on third down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. That is caught. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Back to throw now on first down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jackson Dart with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Raiders 19.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steelers offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Penix. Throwing right when that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And the Steelers first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff here to Benson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here we go. 70 Lions.
On the handoff, Benson running right. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Steelers.
On the jump.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Here's 2nd and 3.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point attempt to come here. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
To throw is Dart. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now he'll escape to his left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
That's to Bash over the middle. We'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing, Dart.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now Dart. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
They'll start on the ground with Benson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. With 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's Penix. Lots of screen pass. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
To the air, Penix. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And looking to throw, Penix. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Looking to throw, Penix. Throw left side, complete. That's Benson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here with Benson. And room there to work it inside the 25.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. What a methodical drive. This is turning out to be that time 9. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed. And we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further. This one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.